Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Today's episode is going to be on how to deal with and understand natural disasters. Hope everybody's doing well this Saturday morning. Let's kick it off. Fires, floods, polar vortexes, and hurricanes. Every season brings another disaster seemingly linked to climate change. But natural disasters happened before climate change. So how are we supposed to know which natural disasters are fated because of the stars and which are fated because of 100 years of global CO2 emissions? Well, since the calamities aren't going to stop anytime soon, we figured it'd be helpful to give you a guide of how to link empirically about disasters, news in the climate changes, and the new era. We asked some climate scientists what they think the headlines were wrong or got right, or what they should leave out, so on and so forth. They offered 4 tips for thinking about natural disasters and climate change. Tips they say that can make the difference between feeling hopeless about the future and finding a way to change it. Number 1, no disaster is actually natural, or at least not purely natural. An environmental scientist who was co-chair of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change Working Group. He's written the report on climate change and disasters, and said that the disaster label is about what happens when nature and people meet, not what nature does. A hurricane that strikes a sparsely populated strip of coastline isn't the same as one that hits a major metropolis. A heat wave in a region that's used to dealing with high temperatures is much less of a disaster than the same heat in the same place where almost no one has central air. Thinking about the natural and the disaster as separate things is important, experts told him, because it changes the way we respond. If our risks are about more than just the climate and the weather, then there are way more ways to reduce our risks. It's not an all or nothing situation where we have to either stop climate change or encounter doom. Next tip is climate change is a cause of disasters, not the cause. Excuse me. Behind every natural event that becomes a disaster is a tangle of causes, some natural, some man-made. Climate change might be part of it, but it's never the only thing going on. When I look at any of these events and see the headlines, it's almost always a situation where the disaster is caused by natural variability. And the climate change part of it is making it worse. So basically put, it's not just the natural disaster, it's the cause. Number 3, don't ask how much and ask how likely. It's almost impossible to know how much of a disaster is caused by the climate change. Literally almost impossible. You will never know truly how much was actually the cause of the disaster or how much it was caused by climate change. Never gonna know. When all else fails, think in terms of vulnerability. Disasters don't take place in a vacuum. Their devastation depends on the vulnerability of the communities they affect. The consequences of a drought and high temperatures will be less severe if forests have been managed in a healthy way and the wilderness isn't full of aging power lines. When you read about climate change disasters, pay attention to the issues that make communities more or less vulnerable. Those vulnerabilities are in some cases preventable ones. Think about the way that you can think of a given disaster, and future possible disasters change if you know that. So basically put, there's your 4 tips. We're going to be posting more and more. We should be up to 2 to 3 videos a day now. We should be having multiple articles, multiple social media posts, and we should be live every single day. So, without further ado, that's the video for today. Please make sure you follow us on the other social media pages and go to our... I forgot where I was going with that. Go to our Anchor and Buzzsprout. Go to our Twitter. Go to our Instagram. Go to our Reddit. And please go to our Snapchat and TikTok. Thank you very much, and everybody have a great day.